Hey backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks. I'm here today to give you another installment of JMT Tested. This is a test of my gear, or my feedback on my gear from my through hike of the Muir Trail with my son. Today's JMT Tested is going to be my cook kit. What did I start the trail with? How might I have changed the cook kit as I went along? What I'm going to do moving forward. So let's take a look at JMT Tested, the cook kit version, right? So first I'm going to run through the items. These items in my cook kit, total items probably are around 10 ounces. There's one item that I didn't weigh, and I think it added about 2 ounces to the cook kit. This cook kit that I'm going to show you right now is 8.79 ounces, and it consists of a 750 milliliter titanium pot, Toke's pot, a lighter load towel, like 0.3, right, ounces, a mini Bic, an MSR 2 pocket rocket, a pop out Sea to Summit cup for coffee and things like that, a titanium spoon, long handled titanium spoon, and the last item that's not here that probably adds like another 2 ounces, so I was around like 10 point something ounces, was a Reflectix, and this is a thing made out of Reflectix, a square pouch made out of Reflectix where we would rehydrate our food to keep it hot while it was rehydrating. We actually cooked dried food by putting water in a freezer bag and then putting them in these pouches that we had made, DIY pouches. So I was probably around 10 plus at 10 point some ounces on the trip. So how did the cook kit work? Well, overall the cook kit here worked great. The stove was efficient. Everything I had, minimalist stuff, it worked for me. The only part that didn't really work for me on trail, and I got it like the first day we were there cooking dinner, was the Reflectix pouch. Because I made it so that it could accordion out, so it'd have a flat spot to sit down, right? So it's a square pouch, but it never quite worked out that way. And it was just hard to get the food, because the Reflectix pouch was thin, right? Like, it would squish the food in. So when I put my freezer bag down in there, it would be hard to open up the Reflectix pouch so that I could eat out of it. It was just kind of a pain and a frustration. Like, it wasn't anything major, but it was just kind of like of all the things in my cook kit, everything was running smoothly, except for that one part where I just wanted to enjoy my food, and the darn thing just kept collapsing shut on me, and I constantly had to mess around with, reaching down in here with my spoon because the Reflectix pouch kept closing the lid, and doing that. And then, it was just kind of a pain. Plus the Reflectix pouch that we made, they're not real flexible. They're flat, so they go in your pack nicely. But if you have an area in your pack and you just want to put it in there, you can't like ball it up or anything like that. You can't fold it up a lot. And so it just got hard to kind of configure that into the pack because of the form factor of the kind of the stiffer, Reflectix in that pouch, the way we made them. So about 5 days in, I was really happy with everything that was here. Pretty light, it was around 10 point some ounces. And I decided that I hated the Reflectix rehydrator. So I actually started to just cook in my pot, just rehydrate food in my pot. So what I did was, when we had a 0 day, on a 6th day, I took my Reflectix pouch we made and I made this. We had some duct tape on the trail, and so I just cut it up. I had some scissors and my really small knife that I carry with me. So I used it and I cut the Reflectix up that I had, and I just made this pouch so that I could at least keep my food warm after I, heated the water, dumped in the food that needed, like the ramen needed hydrated, and then I just kind of let it set with the Reflectix on here and just waited for it to hydrate. I didn't really cook in the pot per se, but I definitely boiled the water, dumped everything in the pot. That created a situation I wanted to avoid, which was having to clean out the pot every night. And again, was a bit of a frustration point, but it worked out, and that's what I did for the remainder of the trail. I just changed things up. So with that in mind, in the 10 point something ounces in mind, when I got back, I wanted to find a solution because I like the idea of cooking in freezer bags, because when you're dealing with bear cans, which we were out in the Sierra, and we're going to go back and do the High Sierra Trail in July this year, you want to get the form factor of your food down to the smallest possible size, because in the original packs things come in, use a lot of extra space in your bear can. It's not necessary. So repackaging is a huge thing, right? So I thought, okay, how can I do this and not have to cook in my pot again and have that inconvenience? So when I got back, I started looking around and looking at different designs for other pouches we could make. And I found an off-the-shelf option here, and that was a Ultralight repack. It's got a smaller form factor. It balls up into something a lot smaller than the reflecting spouts DIY pouch that we made. It can fit in a lot of different parts of your pack. It can squish down and fit in your bear canister once you use some food too, which is what I intend to do with it. The other thing I like about it is it's got a flat bottom here, and so it sets really nicely when it's full and the food's rehydrating. It's got a lid here that you can clip down, and you can, obviously you put the pouch in there, but you can clip this down going backwards the other way, and you can make a handle out of it. So you got your food in here, and it opens up pretty nicely. You got your food in here in this bag, you're eating out of it, but you also have this little handy thing here where you can just kind of be like an animal and just dig into your food. So it is a little bit pricey for what it is, the size of it. It's made out of Dyneema. I think it weighs 1.6 ounces. And if I'm wrong, I'll put it down below. If I have 1.6 is the number, then it's right. But I do know now my entire cook kit that you see here, minus this Reflectix, will not be necessary anymore. The entire cook kit that I showed you, plus this, is gonna be 8.89 ounces. So this actually reduced my overall weight. And the other thing that I changed, so that's that. The other thing that I changed was I'm getting rid of this. So that's why I got down to 8.89 ounces, even with adding this piece right here. I'm getting rid of this mug, and I'll tell you why. When you're rehydrating in the repack, and I've done this because I fly fish and backpack, day pack into remote areas to fly fish, and I've already kind of tested this. When I backpack in and I'm cooking, I'm heating up the water, boiling the water in this, and I'll just boil, because it's 750 milliliters, I'll boil extra water than above what I need for my meal. And then what I do is I'll dump the water out into this, put it in the repack, and actually just then let it sit there aside, getting hydrated, you know, for 5-10 minutes. Let it get hydrated thoroughly. And while I'm doing that, the water that's left in here that's already boiled and really hot, I actually take this then and just dump in my coffee, or if it's hot chocolate, dump it into the remaining water that's in there, that's just boiled water, you know, stir it up with my spoon, and then I just drink out of this. And so I'm drinking out of this, and all it is water and the coffee or the hot chocolate. So it's really easy to rinse out. There's no real true cleaning and scrubbing involved in doing that. And so that saves me the mug. And then I eat out of the repack. So in the end, I got rid, I added the repack, but I got rid of the mug and the heavier solution, the DIY solution to the repack, and I ended up with 8.89 ounces. So it was a win all around. I've tested this cook system, like I said, on some day hikes, and it's really working well for me. And so I really like it a lot. One more thing that I like about this system is when it all packs down, all I have is this, and my canister fits in here with all these other items, the towel and everything. So what I do to get it all into the 750 milliliters, I just take the towel, wrap it around this so it doesn't rattle around in there, put in my MSR, my lighter to light, put the lid on top. Then the only extra two items I have is this, and then this, which is, again, really easy to pack someplace when I'm day hiking in, and it'll be really nice to put in my pack when I'm backpacking, doing some through hiking. And so that's all I really had then. That's my whole cook system, really easy to deal with and manage in my pack as well. So that is JMT Tested, the cook system installment, what I started with, what I changed on the trail, and what I ended up with to try the next time out. So there you go, there you have it. So until next time, backpackers, get out there and do some hiking. See some cool stuff. This is Juan signing out.